Hi, and welcome to the next edition of Mishlei. We've been at this for 6 years, 3 months, 4 days, 6 hours, 43 minutes, and 3 seconds. We beat our continuous record. It's a George Carlin joke. He said, every day I beat my record of consecutive days lived. All right, so we're on chapter 1, verse 3. And it's all, how do we say it, Loretta? He mushled to know wisdom. Oh, yeah, you want to, it's the temple, Mishneh Elyon, right? You got to just, study your karate so that on the day of the rank test, you just do it. You got to chew up all the wisdom, but just do it. And when you're in the bank, Justin B., and you have to act, God will zap you, and you make your vessel able to be zapped, right? You need to get the message. It doesn't matter what you think, what you do. Just be ready. I mean, the wrestler has no idea what he's going to do on the mat. He just has to be ready by stuffing himself with all the moves and then just being able to let it go and go with the flow. Okay, so that's righteousness, justice, equity. Now, to receive instruction in wise behavior, we're going to take a democratic vote. Who wants a democratic vote? To take lakachat musar hasekel. To receive instruction in wise behavior. Which word do you want to do first? In Hebrew or English? We did the last three. Tzedek mishpat misharim. So lakachat musar haskel. So let me think about this. Hold on. Let me think. Lakachat. Let's see. Let's do Musar Sekel, okay? Yeah, exactly. Let's do Musar Sekel, which is wise behavior. Because we're just going to work backwards, okay? So it's the government and being ready to react to conduct, and it's Musar HaSekel. I guess we'll go with the Hebrew. You guys want to go with the Hebrew? Keep consistent over here. Today was a day that in 5 years from now, this would have been a nap day. Well, with 2 kids and a mother, you don't get naps so often. But this should have been a nap day. It'll be an early night. So we got to do the Ramdu tomorrow with the Holy Ari Lewis show, which means we'll probably call Eric from the car. Musar Hasekel. Or Haskell. Right, so it's Haskell, as you see. All right, we don't know what Musar Haskell is, do we? I bet you guys don't know what Musar Haskell is, do you? Say no. We're calling it wise behavior. Or no, we're not. Instruction in wise behavior. All those words you see, instruction in wise behavior, Musar Haskell. The last thing we do is receive, lakachat. And lakachat is going to go with musar. So like to receive instruction. So just looking here. Let's see what we find. Let's dig up some dirt. You guys want to dig up some dirt? Let's dig up some. This is going to be an off week. Just because it's a compound expression. It's 2 words. And we really It's going to be interesting to see how we put this together. So what do we call that? Eric Bryan, what do we call that? What just happened here? Come on, let's go. What just happened here? Yeah, what did I do? Embrace the fog? And I'm basically saying I have no idea what I'm doing, right? No clue. I could have lied and be like, yeah, we're doing Muster on a scale. It's a wise instruction. In fact, when you see the commentaries don't even talk about it, it must be a mamash pashit. Everybody knows what I did. Bottom line is I have no idea what I'm doing. No clue. And I don't want you thinking I know what I'm doing. Otherwise, it becomes kishuf, and I have to start lying to you, and then you're going to smell the lie, and I got to put you in your place, and it all goes sour from there. And it's not my job to make you think I know what I'm doing. Why do I need to tell you that I know what I'm doing? If I'm here learning with you, how can I learn if I know what I'm doing? Now, if I was required to make up my own answers, that would be pretty pathetic. But I have a book called the Mikros Gedolos in front of me, and that is what we rely on for answers. I don't know what it says. I never read it. You don't know the whole Torah? No, I don't. No, very little. But we're here to find out. We have an obligation to find out what's in the Torah. Let's go. I'm just kind of curious, what's the gematria? I don't know, it's popped in my head. Let's see, 355, 555, 595, 601. That's kind of interesting. Let me double check my work here. No, it's not the devil. 661. It's the gematria Esther. You know Esther? The biblical Esther? Esther's name is hinted at in the Torah. I shall surely hide my face. I think we can rely on that. Yeah? We're talking about God hiding himself, Tzimtzum. And you got to know that God will give you the light. Who wants to hear a stupid joke? You want to hear a stupid joke? I'll tell you in a yeshivish way a stupid joke. Ready? We see that with the chacham with the seichel, right, to receive instruction in wise behavior, the chacham with the skill, right? We see the gematria of Esther 661, right? So God, Hashem hides his face. It's the sinsum, and we ask why. Does anybody know why? We ask why Hashem takes away his light. Why? Because the initial letters of Lekacha, Musar, Haskell, Lamid, Lekachat, Men, Musar, and Haskell, hey, spells Lama, which means why in Hebrew. You right there? The initial letters spell Y, Lama. The Kaka was Haskell. Why? Why? All right. It was there. What can I tell you? Why? It's interesting it's spelled Lama. It's actually kind of a good answer. It's interesting. I mean, I'm sure Shlomo Melech was aware of the fact that it said Lama. Isn't that what every government is asking? You're asking yourself in every government, why? You know, I got pulled over. Why? You're 5 minutes late. Why? Makes sense, really. All right. You know, I think I'm going to cheat and break protocol. You know what? Let's break protocol. I want to just do all three Hebrew words together. All right? Let's just do a cholent because they really go together. The Kacha, Musar, Haskell, okay? Let's just do the entire Mikros Gedolos on those three words and see what we find. Until we get in the Aramaic, then it's a different story. Ready? Aramaic. The mikabla is to makabel, right? To receive on oneself. So the makabla, that's lekachat. So you're allowing it to come down on you. Mardusa de suchla. So mardusa, I think, is musar, if I remember from the past. And de suchla is lashon sechel. If you remember from our last verse, sechel is the idea of brilliance, right? Joseph the righteous is sechel, right? I mean, amazingly brilliant, bright, rulership. Okay, so it's lakachat, to receive on oneself. Musar, lakachat musar. It's really, there's many ways of cutting this up. Lakachat musar haskel. Musar haskel. So the musar's got to be brilliant and bright. And musar is, just change your ways. So lakachat, you want to, like an antenna. You want to receive in the air. God hit me so that I change brilliantly. It's the comedian that's being heckled. Can you cop that? The comedian's being heckled, and he gets it. He realizes, bam, I got it. And he knocks them all out. A brilliant show, usage of that term, because he got it. He copped it, right? This is, you know what? Wow, this is amazing. I just said the answer. Who heard me say the answer? Did any of you guys hear that the answer came out of my mouth and I heard it? What was the answer, Eric? How many, you guys, Loretta, Justin B., did you hear me say the answer? It just came out, Ruach HaKodesh. I couldn't help it. It just came out. It came out against my will, and it was the answer. That's, no. Chap. I said he chopped it. This is chap. This is Merriam-Webster on chap. You're asking God, let me chop it. I'm at the bank. There's 9 people here. I don't know what's going on. I'm moron man. Let me chop. Like kachat musar haskell. Chop. You guys chop that? You're in moron man mode, and you want God. You want to have the betachon. God, I'm an idiot. Please let me chop. I don't want to be in moron man mode. I don't want the woman with the crying baby to upset me. Let me chop. More than C. Rattle my cage. Let me chop. I want mohin to God loot. But I understand I can't have mohin to God loot. I'm moron man. I just woke up, but I want to be here. We know reality. We're going to go in moron man mode. So let me have. It's literally like a Venus flytrap. It just wants to hop. Isn't that it? You know what? That's also the perfect mushel too. That is the perfect mushel. You know why? This is incredible. Listen to this. How do animals in the wild eat? How does every animal that ever lived eat? You guys know? They hop. They hop. They hop. The lion hopped a hyena. He hopped it because he had to have Hashem rattle his cage, stalk the hyena, chase it down. The lion just wants to lay all day long and procreate. It's an animal, but God makes it hop. When the lion realizes it's time to eat, man, he hops. And he has perfect timing. He finds the food. So the process of eating is, he hops. It's an entire hop. You want to hear a bigger hop, Eric? Why does the hyena get eaten by the lion? Because the hyena chapped, I'm supposed to die by a lion. He chapped. He's an animal. He's not existentially great. When he's being pursued by the lion and he knows he's going down, he feels checkmate. We call that the angel of death. The hyena calls it, I'm fulfilling my purpose. Yeah. He chaps. I am food for the lion. I'm no longer called Frank the hyena. I'm called food. The lion realizes I'm not an animal, I'm the king of the jungle. You know why I stink at wrestling? Because when I wrestled the good guy, I hopped that I'm just a hyena in the mouth of a lion. The good guy realizes I make a lot of mistakes, and he realizes I'm better than this kid. And you know what I hop? I'm the Jewish kid well out of my league here. I obviously don't know the moves like this guy. I'm done. Now it's a matter of don't get pinned. And if I get pinned, okay, not the worst thing in the world. I am food for this guy. Now I root for him to win the tournament so I can say, yeah, I wrestled him. That guy's awesome. Yeah, he wrestles for Penn State now. Yeah, he's pretty good. No one laughs at me. They're like, wow, you let him pin you? I hopped it. I hopped. I am supposed to get pinned by the kid that went to Penn State. And I have no problem with that. No problem. It's the good kid that he doesn't get that hop. He realizes I'm supposed to beat the kid from Penn State. And the Penn State kid says, wow, I realized I'm supposed to lose to a nobody. But okay, what can you do? The laws of the jungle. Laws of the jungle. That's something to work on later on, Eric Bryan. If the ger is not being swallowed by lions, what is the mazel of the ger? The teaching of ger. Why is it not being pinned and consumed by lions? That's the big question. Who is this upstart? Good question. Rashi doesn't have anything. In Sudas Sion, on the word lekachat. Inyan Yadiyah. You know what Inyan Yadiyah is, Loretta, with one R? Inyan Yadiyah. A known complex thing. Who knows what E equals MC squared is? Anybody? One or two. E equals MC squared. Hello? Anyone? Bueller? Exact. Well, what you're saying is it a known complex thing to you, Eric and Loretta? Is it a known complex thing? There you go. So lekachat inyan yadiyah, a known complex thing, meaning I could put equals MC squared in my articles, and you would not freeze. You would kind of know what I'm talking about, right? So lekachat inyan yadiyah equals MC squared, velimud, and learning. Inyan yadiyah velimud. So I would write an article showing how ger in the 21st century is very similar to Einstein's theory of relativity based on the Wikipedia article. Chap? Kamo lekeach tov lesati lechem. That I will take good and give it to them. The complex thing and the learning. Wow. Now that is awesome. Who said that? Way to go, Loretta Wonar. That, you're right. It's learning for bingo. Formula. You're absolutely spot on. Lakachat means to embrace formula/wisdom. Inyan Yadiya Valimud. Complex thing and its teaching. You know what that's called? The Torah of Shem and Lafib Shuto. Right? The thing and its mochin. That's formula. Way to go. Good job. Eric, you see that? Lakachat is the essence of Torah. It's the Lafib Shuto and the Torah of Shem at the same time. The word and the mohin. It's Eric and his name read. Right? It's the word that you think you know in your fog in Merriam-Webster definition. So when we say lakachat, now it makes sense. Inyan Yadiya V'limud. That's exactly it. Tell me the word, tell me the concept, tell me the formula, and tell me the mohin, and tell me how to apply it in my life. Type 1. Another way of saying it is mochin the godless. Mohin. Just call it mohin. So when we say, wow, that's awesome right there. That's awesome. That is awesome. So lakachat is mochin. Okay? When we are in the bank and you're a moron and you're saying, God, please wake me up, and when you say it lakachat or lamekabla, what you're really saying is, Hashem, please give me mochin. My moron man is in katniss without mochin. Type 1. And someone please take note on that our definition of lakachat is to receive mochin. Mitzudas David, lilmod musar metoichim. To learn musar in there. That's what we were saying yesterday with Learn at 1R. You go to the bank. Don't just have opinions and judgments and superficial statements to be saying to people. You need to be on the level of Keter of Asiya, type 1, and you want to learn the Musar, meaning it's not enough that I have to wait in line and be patient waiting in line. I have to realize and sanctify that it's about patience, and then I got to go out of my comfort zone, be patient, and that's called learning the Musar. So now, how do you get the mochin? You got to do it. He's saying lakachat isn't just the concept. How do you win on the wrestling mat? You take ownership of the mat. You will not learn. That's right. You got to do it. You got to do it. So that's what he's saying here. Rabbi Nachman calls this the Torah of Emunah. What you're getting on the Breast of Light websites is not Emunah. This is really Rabbi Nachman Emunah. And that's straight Rabbi Nachman in Likutei Moharan. You will not get what it is unless you do what it is. You want to know? You want to get the lights of marriage? Guess what you got to do? Go out and get married. You want to learn the wisdom of wrestling? Guess what you got to do? Go out and wrestle. All right. So that's lakachat. I guess we're doing lakachat today. What do you do? You know what? Let's just start with lakachat. It just worked out that way. I think we might be just doing lakachat, actually. I don't know. This is I like where this is going. Evan Ezra. Hashmiya v'halimud mepi hamoser heim halakachim. So first one we had was the mochin, the mind. Then we had action, and now we got listening. Listen and learn. When are you like that? Listen and learn. How do you take Musar? Listen and learn. Go to the bank. Sit down, Eric. We're not ready to act yet. Calm down, Justin. There's no mohin. First, it's Loretta 1R. Listen and learn. That's what it is. Hearing, action, and mind. You know, they're giving you all the superconscious views. All the views. Listen and learn. From the mouth of the one teaching you the lesson. So what do you got to do, Justin B? You got to find the lesson giver. If it's the crying baby and the mom, then you got to really listen to what's going on. You know what? I've done this, and you can find it 10 times out of 10. You're so busy hating her and complaining. You know what you should do? When her phone rings, listen to her. And I'm not talking eavesdrop and Lashon Hara, but if you listen to what she's saying, you'll figure out what the stress is. There's a reason the baby's crying. There's a reason why everyone's upset. And you'll find out whatever it is. If her friend comes and talks to her, she's got a reason because she's a person. She's a person with a soul and a purpose. And she's not here to ruin your life. You're ruining your life. When you hear her out, you'll take Musar, and then the Rachamim will come in that way. Every time. Every time. The listening is what keeps you from getting all emotional. Then you get the mochin, and then you can put it in action. All right. So that's the major commentaries. But the Malbim is long. Ralbag, he's got one word. No, he's not. No. What's he doing there? He's doing it, but different. Hold on a second. What is this? Wait. What is the Ralbag doing? He's out of order. I don't understand why the Ralbag is out of order. Oh, because it comes again. Yeah, okay, it's in Pasuk 5. I get it. Okay. So does the word Mishlei come up? Where's he getting the word Mishlei? Where's he getting that from? Mishlei. I don't know why he brings that up now. So, okay, the word Lakachat is here. Lakachat HaMusar Be'iyun. Now, there's two kinds of learning Torah. Iyun and Bekiyas. Bekiyas is fast and superficial, and Iyun is learning Mishlei for the last 6 years. Type 1. So he's saying Lakachat only comes from Iyun. Rabbi David Katz is an Iyun teacher. All right, I spent like 5 years on one Mishnah in the yeshiva. The rest of the people out there in the Facebook land zone, they're pretty much doing Bekiyas. They're not interested in Iyun. You know what Iyun is for you sports fans? It's the knuckleballer. And you know how every generation has like one guy in baseball that throws a knuckleball? You're looking at the last knuckleballer of this generation, Rabbi David Katz. That's a fact. I am one of the guys who still throws the knuckleball. That's Iyun. All right, so Rattling Leimer, she droich behagaso bedrochim ruim v'lo yayim b'masha ein derech el ha'iyun bo behem gam kin toelas le'naheg bedrochim yesharim midaisav b'deyosav Rattling Leimer b'tzedek u'mishma b'sharim u'behem gam kin toelas biur amius. What? Rattling Leimer, she droch behagaso. You should go behagaso with like in your reach, bedrachim haruim and fitting things. V'lo yim b'ma. You shouldn't investigate things that are not derech el ha'iyun. Don't eat McDonald's. I want you to eat gourmet. You know why? Because there's nothing to check out at McDonald's. All you're going to do is find out how many chemicals. You don't go home and learn how to make a McDonald's hamburger, okay? I want you to go home and buy ground meat and learn how to cook food. You cop that? Stop eating McDonald's because you cannot take home a Big Mac and analyze how the 15-year-old kid with braces made the Big Mac. But you can learn from Chef Fabio which levels of garlic and this and that and right? If it's not worthy of Iyun, which is another way of shut up and listen and mohin and put it in action, it's not worth your time. Type 1. Ubehem gam kin toelis linaheg bedrachim yesharim b'midas. It's got to be profitable to go in those ways, just ways, in those character traits, in those knowledges, meaning you're probably not going to influence too many people by vocalizing your opinion of 5 for 5 Arby's versus McDonald's, type 1. But if you come to the table versatile in deeper discussions, that's the good way to go. Ratzin Leimer B'Tzedek, remember that? Right at 1R? You're supposed to just know what to do. So when I say, well, I'm more of a grade A beef connoisseur, you're supposed to not say, well, I like McDonald's, right? You're supposed to have something intelligent to say or ask the question, investigate, learn something, give the wisdom on your own. And in law, right, you're supposed to say what you know. Well, that's interesting. I heard that in China, they actually restrict that kind of meat. Why do you think that's so? See what I'm saying? Give the fact. Doesn't matter. Just give the fact. Ubemei sharim, equality, right? Don't say something with equality. Don't, when they say, well, I like grade A meat, don't say, well, I fly kites for a living. I like to fly kites. What are you talking about? You're not giving me anything to investigate when you cut me off, interrupt, and say something irrelevant. And with them, there's profit, there's benefits, right? You're talking about benefiting. If you're in your own little zone of McDonald's, you're really, I don't even care if you're interesting to talk to. You're not going to be aware of the changes in energy, and you're going to get in trouble. Right? You're not going to be aware of what God wants for you. As long as you're involved in wisdom, you pick up the social cue. You cop? As long as you are engaging in wisdom, God says, hey, I can work with this guy. I can talk to this guy. But if you're going to be in random world, talking about flying kites and Arby's 5 for 5, God says, I can't talk to this guy. All right. So that leaves us with, I guess, the Malbim. Malbim's going to go on. Let's see what he says here. Ready? Lekachat Musar Haskel Yesh Musar. Yesh Musar. V'yesh Musar Haskel. Oh, there it is. He asked our question. You see that? How many of you remember me saying Haskel goes with Musar? How many of you heard me say that about 25 minutes ago? The Malbim asks the question. There's something called Musar, and there's something called Musar Haskel. Oh. Shehaskel nivdel min habina. Seichel is different from bina. Remember when we said bina is just like the essence of knowing, or understanding rather. When she calls me and says, honey, can you bring home my favorite shampoo? You understand. You've been through it. You know it's not this, not that. You know what it is. But seichel is something different. So the second verse is different than the third verse. Again, that is the koyach, it's the koyach chad, it's one power in man, ba'adam she'over b'dvarim. She'over b'dvarim. Ooh, how do you say that word? There's a lot of meanings it can be. She'over b'dvarim she'ein yad habina she'o. Okay, that is she'over b'dvarim. Oof. Could be like Ibor. Like, well, let me just step out for 1 second, then we'll look this up. Hold on. Let's see. What is that word? Over. Embrace the fog. Passing? Yeah. Adam passing. Sha'over midvar. Could also be ubar. Sha'over midvarim. Sha'over passing is transient. Transient. The transit, it's an adjective an adverb. It's an adverb, or adverb, whatever, on man, right? It's koyach chad ba'adam sha'over. Got it. So it's a one power in the traveling man. Yeah? In matters, traveling man through matters that are not governed by Bina. Wow, is that hot? You guys get that? That was good. So not everything is, honey, can you get me my favorite shampoo? Not everything is that. Don't think everything is female. Even though most things are female. When she says my favorite shampoo, that's called Musser, Eric. But when it's Musser Haskell, it's not Bina. Therefore, what is it? Kamo la Haskell in Yonei HaChochma she'em is bererim b'moiftia Bina. It's matters of wisdom that are not refined by Bina. I guess that's E equals MC squared, isn't it? I don't care how many times you tell your wife how E equals MC squared, it doesn't mean you're going to get a proper formula. It's pearls of wisdom. And it's not meant to be Bina-ized. V'chein lahaskil b'amisis ha'etzim v'nishkav v'sod ma'isa bereshis u'ma'isa merkava lahasi gedulaso shel yoytzer bereshis. Now that's nice. You want to know what seichel is? It's how many of you watched my Ramdu class on Parshas Chukas? It's the Acharayim of Erech Anpin that takes Av of Sag of Ma and the Acharayim of Nukva, which is Mukshir the Erech Anpin of Leah and Yaakov. Oh, well, yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. It's pure wisdom. It's pure wisdom. It's the intellect of wisdom. You don't need to make it. You know what it is? It's Kabbalah Arizal, and the Bina, Musar Seichel Bina, is the Kabbalah of the Baal Shem Tov. Kabbalah Besh Baal Shem Tov is where it comes into a vessel. We understand it. Wow. Well, the Simsum is when God is concealed from us. That's amazing. Now that you brought it down into Bina, I understand. The Arizal says Simsum is Av of Sag of Man Ban. You say, oh, what? What? So that's the thing. It's brought down in the Bina, or it stays on high in wisdom. Maisa Bereshis. Maisa Merkava. Those are the actions of Seichel. Torah of Shem is Seichel. Yeah, it exists without a mashal. Exactly. And you're supposed to meditate it on that level so that it's a revelation. Bina is not a revelation. All right? You're never at the grocery store. Oh, the Dove shampoo. Well, I get it. No, you don't get it. It's got to be so refined that if you don't get it, you're in moron man mode. This is without the mashal. It's on high, and you just have to just keep it on your brain, and God puts it on your brain, and you say, oh, it is Sag of Ma'ad Ban. Right? Like Eric said, no mashal. God puts it there. Your job is to elevate your midot in you on a level so high that there's a silver platter for God to put it on. High level of morality and ethics for the sake of there to be a platform of your wisdom. Otherwise, if you don't even have that, then obviously it's got to come into Bina to work on your midot. Otherwise, why weren't you listening to the favorite shampoo? The Hine HaMusar HaYaitzi Al Yedei Yiras Hashem Sheyizvayre Me'ansha Nikra B'Shem Musar Stam. But regular Musar is from Yiras Shemayim, fear of heaven, that you fear from punishment. That's called Musar. If I don't get the shampoo, I will get in trouble. Loretta 1R, type 1, please. But if I don't get the Arizal's Kabbalah, I'm really not in trouble by anybody. Even my Garam that like to test me, if I get the Arizal Kabbalah wrong, you're not going to grill me for that, right? There's a pass. Either you get the revelation or you don't. I mean, you try your hardest, but if you don't get it, you just don't get it, right? No one's beating me up for getting Av and Sag of Ma, Nachrayim of Ma. No one's yelling at Rabbi Katz for that. No one's calling it a new religion if you get that wrong. But when it's Bina stuff, like you better understand Ger, then it's fear of heaven stuff. And you better not get it wrong. The Musar Yaitse Ayide Yiris Raimim is Shemasi Gidu Asocial Shemi's Blair Viorim is Ramazon Maisis. The Var Neged Chokya Chokma Sher Yaskilim Vesechil Taiv Zenigram Musar Haskil Gize Yusag Ayide Klaya Chasechil. What? So he now says, and the Musar, remember, Musar is removing your vessel. That comes out by fear or awe. Fear of the Lord is only the meaning of this. That's right. Good call. But the Musar that comes by the fear of elevation and loftiness and greatness of God. See, the reason why you want to get the Arizal right is because if you get it right, come on, it's godliness. If you allow yourself to not get it right, you're letting God down. Forget about Eric Bryan and his Ger friends. You're letting God, the Creator, down. Yeah, it's holy, holy, holy. You just, if you're on that level, you don't let him down. And you fear the elevation in action. Meromoso maisis davar neged chokei chochma. It's unknown laws of wisdom. Like, do you really know, Eric, why it's Av of Sag of Ma? I mean, it's just, man, guys, God providence on God's thing that you can only grasp it with good intellect, good seichel. This is called Musar Haskell. For this reaches by the power of seichel. And sometimes it will be attached. Same language as nilva. Yalave, nilva. It's going to basically nilva to him Ruach HaKodesh, divine inspiration. Then it's called the name Seichel Tov. So there's a verse, I think, in Mishlei that like wisdom and understanding are nilva, or yalave, on the head of the tzaddik or whatever. So we're talking about you cannot get Torah on that level unless God attaches the Holy Spirit. Like we're talking in the Shargo Gulam class, right? That Ruach has to come to you because it's not of Asiya. God has to give it to you. And it's a revelation. Then you have good Seichel, and not Eric Bryan, his little challah cutting board of a Keter of Asiya. And I'm not dogging Keterasi and Eric's color board, but compared that to God in his creation, sharing that wisdom with mankind. Remember Loretta 1R from last night, whatever it was, that is the qualitative difference between Eric and his Chala in this world and Eric grasping Metatron and the higher realms of the next world. Big difference. Notice one is not required of the mitzvot, right? The Chala is Eric and his Nefesh, and the mitzvah he takes on is a ger. This is straight up language of Atzilus, and it's a gift from God that you're even able to participate in that understanding. But the chiddush is God will bring you in. It's not beyond you. It just means you can't figure it out through your. This is mazel and not schus. That's what I want to say. You don't make a deal. I'll make the challah, God. You give me that. No, this is only mazel, not merit. The mazel is if God brings it, you say thank you. If God doesn't, you say thank you. The merit, that's in your mitzvahs, reward and punishment. Ki zeh yikach Mishlei v'sefer mamlitzo sav v'chin al yedei mashlim ha'ile. So this is pretty interesting. He wants to say, Eric, you like this. He wants to say it's the mashal itself. See, what you get from the mashal is bina, type 1. Okay, I understand what you want from me. But the mashal itself, i.e. the voice in the mashal, is the sechel. You understand that? The tool is the wisdom. I'm not sure. Let me say it my way. There's a verse, I forget where it's at in Mishlei. It's right here. The very first verse. Mishlei Shlomo ben David Melech Yisrael. Okay? You would say King Solomon, Marshall, blah, blah, blah. Type 1 error. The Sechel is in Maisa Bereshis, right? The real Kabbalah. There's something called the we're talking formula, like Loretta said, the Mashal of Solomon, right? When you're at the bank and you hear the Mashal of Solomon, it has nothing to do with Solomon. Nothing to do with him. It's a mashal, but it's the innards of the mashal, not the tolda, the offspring of the mashal, which you call your understanding because you were being a moron and you needed to hear the bina so you would get it. This is Keter, man. This is you getting God revelation that there is a creation. It was never written before because you just got it yourself. Something called a Solomon mashal. I don't even know what a Solomon mashal is. It's a that word. Remember this word and a that word and a the word? Is that. It's a Solomon mashal. And the whole Torah can be taken on that level. That's called Rabbi Nachman Amunah. The thing itself becomes the thing itself. And we're just about out of time. So what do we do? Pretty much did everything. I think Lakachat, Musar Haskell. Let's see here. We can do one more rolled bog, I think. No, we didn't do all of Seichel and Musar Haskell. Let me just finish up with this. Here we go. Ibn Ezra, Seichel, Shem HaPoyel, Vahu Chaser Vav, Tzedek Koilo. He's going grammar on us. We don't want to do that. Ralbag, Him HaMusar Asher Be'iyun. Okay, we said that. The Iyun Musar. Tzedek Mishpat Meshar Me'ilu Gimel Naiflim Ol Dvar Echad. Okiru V'Echad and Kloli Nofim Ol Yosha. Okay, we said that. So we're good there. Let's try to put it together. Ready? If we're right, it should work. Lekachat Musar Haskell. So this is a formula of how to get Keter consciousness. The first 3 verses all together. To know wisdom and understand, to know wisdom and Musar, to understand words of Bina, to take Musar Haskell. So we went down, Yerida, we went down for the sake of Bina, only in verse 3 to come up, to be power to take Keser. Lekachat Musar Haskell, Tzedek u'mishpat misham. Lekachat Musar Haskell, Tzedek u'mishpat u'misham. So really, it's the 3 pillars. I mean, Chesed, Gevurah, Rachamim, right, middle, left. Tzedek, mishpat. I mean, this is the Kabbalistic universe. Yeah, we'll do it for soon. So someone please write down the pshat of today, okay? I need one of you guys to do this, please. And tell me on Tuesday that we have a lot of work to do. We have to translate to receive instruction in wise behavior. That entire sentence needs to be looked up in the English and to see how it relates to the Hebrew. All right? Justin B. or Eric B. or one of you guys on that for me? That rhymed. Which one of you guys? Who's going to be? Justin B. Too many times I said the word B. It's all the time. Eric B. All right. So you're going to tell me the pshat on Tuesday of the tachlis of what we said today, and you're going to tell me to look up Merriam etymologies on to receive instruction in wise behavior. All right? And what we accomplished, and I'm saying it officially, how to reach Keser consciousness, then that's what is required of Tzedek, Mishpat, Mesharim, government. I will go on record, and please make a note of this. This is the essence of the third temple. This is the essence of the third temple. The world government with God from a Keter point of view. All right? So Laila Tov, guys, this was pretty good. What is this right here? Yeah, what's that? Where's my bookmark? What did I do? How in the world did I lose a bookmark? I didn't have one. All right. Okay. I think we did pretty good. So we'll do that, and then the next week we should be ready for the Vilna Gaon. Eric, also remind me, or whoever, to do the Vilna Gaon after next week. So I usually forget that step. I want to do the English, comparing it with the Hebrew, and then we want to do the Vilna Gaon on verse 3. Yesher Koyach, Laila Tov, see you from Jerusalem, and then Dinim on Thursday. Be well.